The next stop on the Parish pathway is learn, deepening love for Jesus and desire to imitate him.
I joined the Catholic Church about, has it been a year and a half ago now?
Yeah.
So I did RCA, so about 2.5 years ago, and Amy was one of my sponsors. I've been raised Lutheran most of my life, but then there were some changes within my family, and my kids really felt more connected to God when they hear the homily as opposed to our normal services at the Lutheran church. So I decided to become Catholic in order to kind of help them deepen their faith as well. So I met Amy at RCIA, and then my best friend Natalie was also one of my sponsors for RCIA. And then at RCA, I met some really amazing people that I still stay in contact with today. The group is just really wonderful at welcoming you into the Catholic religion, into the faith, and just into the parish in general. I have to say that this parish is the strongest community I've ever felt in all the years that I have been a Christian, and I've been pretty strong in my faith most of my life. But I would say it's been significantly deepened since I have become Catholic and started classes. Since RCA and becoming Catholic, I've also gone to Alpha, and I hope in the future I can also help out with Alpha and go through Alpha again myself, or help as a volunteer, because I think those classes are also just amazing, and the people and the stories that you hear, and just continuing to build that community, because I just feel if you have that community, it just is another way to helping you deepen your faith and increase your knowledge about God and about Jesus and how he wants us to live. And there's been a couple of times that I haven't been able to make it to church because of work or other things that come up, and I definitely can tell that I miss it. I try not to miss very often, but that does happen. And the homily this last week was quite amazing, with talking about how rich your soil is, and it just taught me a different way to actually really look at what the text is saying, and how that is, how we're to relate our life to that, and how Jesus really wants us to live. And so I just really feel like my faith has been significantly deepened by becoming Catholic, going through RCA, and then Alpha, and then all the people that I've met and continue to meet through the parish.
So for me, I guess I went through RCIA in 2018. So I, unlike Rhonda, I didn't really have a faith background. I didn't grow up going to church. I mean, I had friends that I'd tag along, but within my family, I didn't. And there was, I was pretty successful and professionally and personally, but I always just felt a little bit like something was missing. And I had a conversation with someone that really stuck with me, that was like, well, tell me about your faith life. And I was like, I don't have one. That was a big void, and something that I thought about. And I leaned on some friends that had been outspoken about their faith, and so started leaning on them, and they gave me some nudges. I went to some different parishes in town with them, in different parts of town, and I just kind of hit a rough patch in my life. And I had been to St. Columkill before. My sister is a member, so my niece was baptized here. So I've been in and out, but never, a regular. And so when I hit my rough patch, I found myself here because I live in the neighborhood. So, and I immediately left here feeling like a relief, I guess. It was really a bottom of my life. And so I came in here just almost in tears. And I left just feeling better. And I was like, I have to, figure this out. Luckily, met Nicole, who was in charge of, adult formation at the time. I had to wait a while to get an RCIA because they had just like completed the last one. And so then I met that same team that Rhonda was referring to, who is a core group of really cool people within this parish. So I went through RCIA, and I then likewise did Alpha. This parish, and I will echo what she said, it's special because, like I said, I've been around at different parishes in town, and I'm not going to name names or talk about what I felt, but I didn't feel as welcome as I do here. I didn't feel there's such a diverse makeup of all kinds of folks when you look around Mass, and I didn't feel that way in some other parts of the city. So there's just something that kept bringing me back here, and then Alpha met some more in our small groups, met some more contacts, and that was really probably at the time more impactful to me than the RCIA program, because then you spawned off friendships. And then I was asked to be on the team when I met Rhonda, and I sort of felt silly about it because I was still a very new Catholic, and I was like, what am I going to have to tell? How am I ever going to help anybody? I don't know. We have such wonderful, very smart people on that team that have spent their lives learning. But I think God put me there maybe as a little bit of a middle of the road. So a little less so you didn't feel as intimidated. I couldn't always help with some of the questions, but I was great to learn alongside her and see her go on the same journey I did. And